really incredible kill.
Champu, part of the first team. Sydney Hilly, there were 2 setters on the first team. Couldn't decide between the 2, so they were both on the first team. Chaich with a pass, right side to Taylor, down the line. Dug by Klicka, and Van de Weyde has got some space. That ball set a little bit tight, and free ball coming. Indy's got to have this. What a shot! Are you kidding me? How did that happen? All of the heat, and then you lose a pillow fight.
Teamwork makes the dream work. You see Champu look like Klicka collide, and then Courtney Schwann to the back corner, and it gets part of Katie Baird's leg.
Katie Baird and Elena Scott were there. Yes, that will go down as a kill, but Orlando now just 6 points away from the PVF championship here in Henderson, Nevada. Orlando beat Atlanta, the #2 seed, in the semifinals on Friday, 3-1. Indy, the #4 seed, came in with a record of 13-15. Took out the #1 overall seed, the Omaha Supernovas, and they were the regular season champs, 3-2, 15-13 in the 5th.
Orlando preseason was picked to finish 2nd. So there were high expectations after a not so good season last year, but they're in it close to clinching.
Well, and then Orlando, when you talk about them in their season, they won 10 in a row, but you have to remember they started 5-6 and lost 3 in a row on a couple of occasions. They lost Georgia Murphy. That was a huge loss at the libero position, and had to deal with that, kind of bringing in a couple, not kind of, bringing in a couple of players late. And really, really all credit to Amy Pauley. And Shannon Scully deserves some major props. She has stepped in. She's the receiver and gets things started at the offensive end for Champu and Orlando. Tight pass again. Abercrombie out of it, so going to Van de Weyde. Oh, that's a tough chance. Right to Abercrombie.
You want to push that ball up to the net, but not that tight. That just had a direct line to the tape.
Indy is challenging a net touch.
So we'll have another challenge, and so far, other than the foot fault on the 3-meter line, Indy has been pretty darn good. I like this challenge. But back to Indy, they have overpassed 2, if not 3 balls, and now that was a tough chance, but you can't make that mistake. Make the mistake 10 feet off the net.
Way better to play that one safe.
Got to get a swing, because that was right in the big mitts of Brittany Abercrombie. 20-13, that is the largest lead here in the 4th set so far. This is the first challenge that has taken any time at all. Give you a chance to recap. Orlando won the opening set 25-21, second set 25-19. Wonderful bounce back by Indy, 25-19. They won the 3rd. Trailed 16-12 at the technical timeout. And they're taking a look at this one to see if there was a net fault on Orlando's Abercrombie. 26 kills on 59 swings. She scored 30 points. She's taken 59 of a total 123 swings. Ice bath, champagne if they win this.
And a long rest. It's the end of the season.
Yep, long rest. Played the last several years in Korea and Turkey. And also won Athletes Unlimited earlier this year, sort of putting her stamp on a player to be dealt with, and she has been one all season long. This has taken a while.
Well, Brittany Abercrombie was a very good college player.
Yes.
She's gotten better every year as a pro and really rededicated herself to being the best that she can be, and it really shows in the way she handles her preparation for the game and how she takes care of her body.
Let's go over to Madison.
I just have to brag on Bolt 6 for a second. I'm standing behind the guy who's looking at probably 20 different angles of that shot, going through it moment by moment, really slow motion. They are really making sure that this point is accurate and that this point counts.
Thank you, Madison. There are the Bolt 6, one of the Bolt 6 cameras. I think there are 18 around the court. The whole number of areas where you can challenge. And the challenge system has been superb by Bolt 6 all season long, taking, usually 18, 20 seconds on average. Not sure what the issue is here. As Madison told us, taking a look at lots and lots and lots of angles.
Brittany Abercrombie's confused too.
Well, what matters is you get it right, particularly with so much on the line. And so that will stay as is, and Orlando now with a very, very comfortable lead, 20-13. 5-1 run now for Champu. Talked about how different this team is from last year when they went 8-16. You're looking at the two biggest differences, Champu and Brittany Abercrombie, as additions for the Valkyries. Big block by Van de Weyde. How good has Lindsay Van de Weyde been?
She has been fantastic. Lindsay Van de Weyde, the left front blocker, is coming in to double up with Natalie Foster. Help on this quick middle attack, and she gets all of that one.
Van de Weyde with 8 kills, but that is her 5th scoring block. Klicka with the save. Must have, Teeler must have, and missed it out of bounds. This one is getting away. Orlando now just 3 points away from the Pro Volleyball Federation, the second ever title. Last year it was Omaha. $1 million to the winning team. Indy's got to stop this run right now. Van de Weyde, smart shot, no approach. That's the way to think it through.
For some reason, Indy Ignite have Elena Scott, who's the left back defender, trying to pick up that ball, and it's almost all the way on that right sideline.
Orlando got hot at the end of the season. They won 6 out of their last 7. Right back to the middle off a good pass to Lydia Martin.
Indy Ignite knew they wanted to get their middles going, but that adjustment, bringing that left front blocker in to help, has been very effective.
Mammoth hill to climb now for the Ignite, especially the way Orlando has been playing, save for that 3rd set. Abercrombie again.
Unstoppable. Brittany Abercrombie working inside the block to get them to match point.
Match point, championship point, $1 million point. The first for Orlando. Taylor over the top of the block and down.
Good aggressive swing. Indy took care of their pass, but big hill to climb. They need to serve the ball tough and make some defensive stops. You know the ball's going to Abercrombie.
Well, they've got Chayich back at the line. She can go on a run. Championship point number 2. They're going to get a look to Abercrombie for it all. Orlando wins the championship.
Everybody on the Indy team knew that ball was going to Abercrombie, and they still couldn't stop it.
Everybody in all of Las Vegas.
Yes. And everybody watching it.
Yeah, you got it. Brittany Abercrombie, 28 kills, 62 swings. That's 15 attacks per set. 5 blocks to go along with 6 digs. Just a tremendous, tremendous performance by the league MVP and the championship. Congratulations to Orlando, the number 3 seed, and also to the Indy Ignite in their first ever season as an expansion franchise. Went through an awful lot during the course of a long year, made it into the championship round and took out the regular season champs.
And we didn't even talk to how young Indy Ignite, 5 of 6 basically were first-year starters.
Championship point once again. It was all Champu orchestrating from start to finish, and you knew she was going to go to Brittany Abercrombie with a championship on the line, and Orlando wins it 3-1. A look at championship point. BA for all of the $1 million. We'll be back with much more right after this.